Kia ora, kia ora. All right, bear with me, team, while I turn my waiting room off. All right, kia ora, team. How are we? Far out. I feel like it's been a real long minute since I've actually been able to jump on a collective training and train you guys. I don't actually think that my trainings are like the trainings that help with all the money and the business model and all of that kind of things. But what I where I actually feel like I give value is letting you know the harsh truths about the business and how we can work our way around the harsh truths. Now, I know for myself, when I first joined the business, I was like, oh, yeah, mean, I'll be able to sell those products and it's going to be real easy. It was a bit of a newsflash to me and like a massive stab in the guts, really, when I couldn't even sell the product. And it was because I came into this business thinking I was the shit, I was a know-it-all, and I could just do all the things that Deja could do, but Deja had been in this business for 3 years already. So it kind of like made me sit back on my ass and think like, shit, what am I actually here to do? Like I'm trying to every part of my content, everything that I was pushing out, I was literally copying Deja's and pasting it on my platform and pretty much trying to post it as it was my own, but it was Deja's like word for frickin' word. And it didn't get my business anywhere because I was literally copying and pasting. And like when I think of it now, when I reflect over it now, I'm like, oh, it's because I was being fake. I was trying to be someone that I am not. And a lot of people join this business and try to be either their upline or their upline's upline, the hierarchy person. When we just actually have to think about what it is we're actually here to do. Like, are we here to try and create a better lifestyle for ourselves and try and help other people create that lifestyle for them as well? Or are we trying to help people with their health? You actually need to think about what are you actually doing here? Because when you literally figure that out, shit gets easier. So when I first started, I realized I actually did love the products. The products were freaking amazing, and they did wonders for me and my mum. My mum has chronic arthritis, and after taking the products, like she can move her hands now. She's able to do all of the things that her body wouldn't allow her to do prior to taking these products. So then I realized, oh shit, these products are actually amazing. They're not all shit, and they do actually work because we're not going to come into a business or we're not going to sell something that's all shit, eh, Fano? Put a one in the chat if you agree with that. We're not going to sell something if we think it's all shit. So if you start taking the product and you realize that these products aren't all shit and that they do actually help your health or they do actually help benefit something for you, then that's when you're going to realize that, fuck, maybe I should start posting about those products. Maybe I should start telling people about how I used to feel and how I feel now. Maybe I should tell my people how I've been able to, put a lady on a program and help her get rid of the diabetes that she's had for 2 years, because I did that. And now that I have those results, I'm able to speak about them. And that's when people start getting drawn to what you're actually doing here because you have a solution to a problem for a problem. They have the problem, we have the solution. If you are able to show people that we have a solution to a problem they might have, then they're going to start to get interested in what you're actually doing. Now, you don't actually physically have to talk about the products. You don't have to physically post about the products, or you don't even have to jam the products down people's throat to make them buy the product. You just have to show up as you are all day, every day. I show up with my hairy eyebrows, with my hairy armpits, with my holy undies. And people love watching that shit. And it's because I'm showing up as me. You know, I ain't putting on no fake pretty G strings or whatever to try and get a cool, authentic photo for my social media because that's not me. I'm holy undies, holy socks all day, every day. And that's what I post. So if someone sees me out swimming and I got holy undies, and they're like, oh, hey, there's Paea. You know, so find out what it is you're here to actually do. Are you here to, you know, resolve some problems that we have? Because I know when I joined this business, I had a shitload of problems that I wanted to solve, you know, and it was hard for me to do that because I didn't know how to solve them until I joined this business, until I, you know, put my feet deep into the ground of this community and I actually allowed myself to push through. Because if you're going to come in here and like tippy toe, like toe test the water, like you know when you go and toe test the water at the beach and you don't want to get in, if you're going to do that here in this business, you're not going to get very far. You're not, because you're not allowing yourself to put your whole foot in the water. You're not allowing yourself to submerge yourself in the water of goodness to be able to soak it all up and plaster it all over your social media. You know, there's guide sections that Deja has created, that we have created. There's a lot of tutorials that help you around the places where you feel stuck. But if you feel like you've watched all of those tutorials, you've read everything, you've seen everything, you've heard everything, then start utilizing the community because that's what we're all here for. There's how many of us on here tonight? There's 28 of us on here, 27 including myself. Reach out to someone. There's so many people in here that could give you different ways on how we do business here. It might just make sense to you of how that person does business. Even though you have came into this business underneath one person, this whole entire community right here is for everyone. And that's what I did. You know, when I first started, I was very shy. I didn't jump on any trainings, you know. No, bugger that. Shame. Turn my camera off. I'm not talking. Don't ask me to do master classes. And shame because, you know, it was something new to me and I didn't want to do it. But the moment I started doing that, the moment I started jumping in trainings, I learned something new because it was a new speaker every week. So you would get a new speaker, a new set of information, just a whole new training every week. And to me, I was like, oh, wow, this is really amazing and really helpful because you get to see the business in different aspects from different people. So start utilizing the trainings. There are these IEL collective trainings, but there's a wider community here, you know, the Juice Plus community, the Team Love community. We can dip into those trainings if you feel like you need more. The community is here to help us, team. Like I cannot preach about the community more. I've brought in a few people lately and they've just, you know, dug themselves deep into the community and really lavished it up. And it's actually helped them gain so much confidence in being a part of this business. Because being online, you know, obviously when we start, we're not confident, or some of us might be, some of us aren't, but a lot of us come into the online business with problems that we need to solve. So we're not, you know, you're probably not going to be me. You're probably not going to be Deja or Raiha or anyone on here. But it's about, again, community. dipping your feet into the community, putting yourselves onto the trainings. Even if you have to turn your camera off for the first training, start getting used to it. You don't have to talk on most of the trainings. You just need to be there, taringa whakarongo, and really listen to what they're speaking into you, because it might actually help you move that needle for you in your business. Um, yeah, what else did I want to speak about? I actually came in tonight unprepared. I've had the most busiest day. My day started at 6 o'clock this morning. I got up, did all my usual routines, open up all the curtains, do the rubbish, blah, blah, blah. Didn't flip out at the kids this morning. If you watched my video. And I actually got home to my Juice Plus parcel on my front doorstep, and it really shifted the mood for me this morning. I was like, yay, I've got my new products, my reshipment. I'm not going to run out of products. Freaking amazing. And then I had to head out the door straight away, head to my kapa haka lessons. I think I walked in the door at 5 o'clock, and I've had 3 business meetings. This is my fourth one. I think I've spoken to my kids maybe twice. I fed them, showered them, and they're like over there. Like, don't talk to me until I get off this phone call. And I know a lot of us in here are mums. If there's men in here, we're dads as well. And we actually find it really hard to be able to multitask, or maybe not multitask, but find the time to fucking do everything, okay? Because there's only 24 hours in the day. And realistically, we're probably only awake for maybe 12 hours of those days. So for me, I just go, 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 go. But 2 years ago, before, oh no, I think a year and a half ago, before taking the products, I couldn't do any of this shit. I was lying on the couch like a couch potato, didn't want to cook dinner for my kids. I made my mum do everything for my kids because I just didn't want to do it. But since I've been, incorporating the products and the programs that our company supply, fuck, I'm like a whole different person. And I've found all of this energy to be able to give back and help those people that helped me a year and a half ago when I was stuck in that fucking rut of not wanting to do anything. So I I backed myself 100% every day, all day, every day. Monday I didn't back myself. I cried. But I still backed myself because I sat down for 5 minutes. I reflected on my emotions and what I was going through and told myself, yeah, you're doing too much, bro. Take a step back. Maybe you should ask Courtney if she can start taking over your frontline trainings. I keep forgetting that I actually have a team there that can help me do the things that I'm doing now. Because remembering that this business that we have all created here, all 33 of us now, it's a duplicated business. You get taught something, then you're going to teach the other people that you bring in. So in 3 years' time, 4 years' time, hopefully we don't have to do any trainings. Yeah, maybe we might pop up one day a week, but we don't have to do any of that anymore because of the community we've built and the solid support, I repeat, solid support that you create for your team. If you are solid 100%, I shit you not, that your team will follow you all the way through. Not only that, they will create a massive legacy for yourself, them, and their team as well. It's all about support here, team. If you can support your team, they're going to support others, and it's going to just keep on flowing, keep on flowing. That is what's going to help you be really successful here. Because all day we can bring in people, we can bring in 10 people a month easy. But are you really going to support those 10 people every month, those 10 new people every month? Do you really have that time to be able to do that? You have to really think about that, because you can all day bring in those people, but what if you get stuck by bringing in too much people and you don't have the capacity to literally train those people? So make sure you stagnate that shit out. You really think hard about what we're doing, how we're going to do it, how we're going to attack it, and how we're going to support the people that we're bringing in. Just like me, there's 34 of us on training tonight. I still have a team of about 10 people that I've got to go and train solely myself. So not only do I have to support my front line and their legs down, but I also have to support this wider community here because at the end of the day, helping everyone here helps your guys' team, your guys' upline, me and my upline, and so forth. And that's how we're going to duplicate here. So if you get tagged in like tasks, daily tasks, post up a reel, post up a video, here, use this caption. Literally, the captions are written for you. Then do the damn task, bro. It's so easy. Take a quick, cool little photo. Like I said, put your hairy eyebrows, your hairy legs. Who cares? No one cares. I think the only person that cares is probably yourself. So just post it. You're gonna get used to it. If you've signed up to an online business and we're here to be online, if you're not posting, your shop's pretty much not even open. Nobody's gonna see you. So make sure you open up that shop. Okay, start showing your face. Start talking about stuff. Start talking about your holy undies. I do anything. Do voiceovers. If you feel shy of like talking on a live video like this, start doing voiceovers. If you need some help on how to create voiceovers, message me, message Wally. If you see anyone that does voiceovers, just give them a message. We'll see that you're in the collective and we'll reach out to you and help you. There's no doubt about that. Otherwise, head into the guide section. There's guides there to help you. There's a lot of tutorials that have been created. I think I have a voiceover tutorial actually on our mentorship page. Yeah, use the resources. If you're not on that mentorship page, you need to be because that's where you're going to get the help. Yeah, what else can I talk to you about? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Real hard and fast. Yeah, just some powerful truths around why we're here, 18. Figure out why you're here. Once you realize it, fuck, it's easy. Why am I here? I'm here to help my whānau get out of the rut of, the weight problem that we have inside our whānau. My whānau suffer with diabetes, obesity, all of the health issues, you name it. My family struggle with that. So I've been able to incorporate the products into my life. I've been able to change my daughter's health. She was almost diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. I've incorporated the products into her diet for the last 3 months, and she no longer has any issues anymore. And that's just from incorporating the capsules into her smoothies. You know, our kids are meant to love the chews. My daughter hates them with a passion. But I've been able to incorporate the capsules into the smoothies because she loved the smoothies. So yeah, I've been able to help my baby girl. My two cousins, they were really real obese. I've been able to help them lose about, I don't know, about 60 kilos together. So it's been a massive lifestyle change for my family. So that is one of the main reasons that I'm here. My family struggle with our health. So if I can solve that problem for them, then I'm winning here and I'm never going to leave this business because this business has a solution for a massive problem that my family have. And if you can find that solution and you can understand why you're here, or you can resolve something that's, you know, shit for you and your whānau, then start talking about it. Start talking about it. Start telling people. Start videoing yourself. Get it out there. People aren't going to know if you're going to keep it to yourself. We're here to be network marketers, content creators, social media influencers, or whatever you want to call yourself. But you can't do that if you're not posting. get consistent with your posting, even if it's one thing a day. Something is better than nothing, team. Um, yeah. Does anyone have any questions? Come off mute if you do. No, 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 no. All right then. I shall leave it at that. I hope you've got a little bit of something out of that. I was actually really nervous. I don't know why. This is like my home. But I feel really good about getting that out. And yeah, I'm glad that heaps of people showed up for it as well. Other than that, I hope you have a beautiful weekend and I shall see you in the chat. Mō ora.
Thank you, Boo.
Thank you, boo.